Hello everyone, I'm Lisan, Educational Information Teacher in Bangkok High School. Following last class, this time I'm going to guide you about the weight of PPT utilization. This time, the several tips to be able to imagine the ability to use PPT are guided. First, we need to consider delivery and readability when we use PPT. As the one way to evaluate such delivery and readability, I'd like to introduce the concept of typography to you. Typography is all designs of creating the aesthetic value using letters. On the left side, love is written. But because it is written in black, it looks formal. On the other hand, the letter on the right side has colors and looks warm and full by reorganizing the space. When we make PPT like this, if we know the concept of typography and access it, we can make an aesthetic PPT with high delivery and readability. I've brought the materials which I showed you last time. In the middle, we can recognize that the little space between the top and the bottom gets wide in the part to express the copyright owner. This is because I set the comfortable spaces between letters on purpose. If you see the paragraph tab, the way to control the space of letters is what we can adjust the letter space by pressing Justify icon located on the right side. Here are the two examples at the bottom. The length of the line is identical. The text on the line is also identical. Here, the difference is the letter space. Number 2 looks more stable and comfortable than number 1. Therefore, when you make PPT, please consider the letter space like this. If you think the concept of typography over one more time, you can complete PPT with a high delivery. In addition to this, I'm going to introduce the 3 sites for your reference in creating PPT. First one is pixel.com site. The site is the one to use the Photoshop function in web. On the left side, the toolbox is provided like this. On the right side, I provided the way of using this toolbox. So I can use it intuitively and there is no difficulty in using it. You can store the picture files such as PNG, JPEG, which you want with the one made in here. Second one is Google Font. These days, there have been a lot of issues because of font copyright. When you want to use the pretty font in the PPT, in case of using any downloaded fonts from internet, you can legally avoid the responsibility related to copyright. So I'm going to introduce a site to freely download font without worrying about an infringement of copyright. After accessing Google Font, if you click Font which you want, Download Family appears in top of the right. When you press this button once, you can simply download the font which you want without concern of copyright. The third one is the site of colors combination called Colors. This is the prepared site for the teachers who have no color sense like me and have no idea about what color combination is good when making PPT. If you press Generator button on the top, you can extract specific colors in the photo which you want. Or press Explore Trending Palettes button, you can see pretty palettes basically provided in the site. Click color which you want among these, and then if you click dot button on the bottom of the right, you can see specific information about palettes. RGB color is written here. You can see the values of the 3 colors such as red, green, and blue here. If you just set color in PowerPoint with this value, it is possible to use this color from the site in PowerPoint. I'm going to tell you a more specific way to change letter colors using designation tab of the user. If you press the right arrow, this arrow in the bottom of the right, this window of font properties appears. There is quality more colors in the bottom. If you click this, the window that designates colors and details appears. Press OK after inserting red, green, and blue in order of the combination seen in right before site. Lastly, let me introduce Slide Master. Slide Master is the function to edit layout of slide. If you don't use Slide Master and make template, several shapes can be discouragement in editing them. Namely, let's suppose that you arrange text box and stacking after arranging several shapes like this in the template for the pretty background. In this case, in spite of clicking this part to revise text box, the round shape can be clicked behind text box. In other words, if you don't go through Slide Master, several shapes can be discouragement in editing like this. Therefore, it is better to use Slide Master. After clicking View tab at the top, it is okay to click Slide Master. Then you can revise cover and content. If you change the slide related to all layout at the top, please pay attention to the fact that cover and content in the bottom can be influenced. This time, let's insert the entity. Here's the button for inserting an entity. If you press this button, you can make text box. The text box we looked into before is clearly different with the entity in the function. If you utilize text box previously used in Slide Master, PPT perceived this as a picture. So after exiting Slide Master, it is impossible to revise text. So in case you continue to use text box, after making text box through inserting this entity, exit Slide Master and revise them. If you apply Slide Master like this, you can make a layout of several styles. For this layout, return back to PPT, namely after exiting Slide Master. Click the right button of mouse on the side which you want to apply. After clicking the right mouse button, if you press Layout, you can apply all layout which you made in Slide Master just now. The point here is to apply this master after exiting Slide Master. Now, let me tell you about the function recording. The function recording can be applied using Recording tab on the top. If you press Recording tab, recording starts. After pressing the starting of recording, please look at the bottom. You can decide whether you will start recording from the current slide or start from the beginning. Please carry out by pressing button based on your situation. There is a button related to camera in the bottom of the right, on the recording screen. If you proceed recording using the computer with installed camera in the bottom, like the video that you're watching on the bottom of the right, your faces appears on the bottom of the right. If you don't want sound, you can change into sound elimination by pressing microphone on the bottom of the right. On the other hand, sound is okay, but if you don't want to turn on camera and face, press camera button. There is the button of recording deletion on the top of the right. If you press this clear button, you can delete slides that you want or recording of entire slides. And current recording time is on the bottom of the left, and recording time of entire slide is on the right. You can check buttons controlling recording such as recording starting, pause, and restarting on the top of the left. Now, when completing recording, press Recording tab on the top and then press Export. After pressing Export, this window appears. You can set quality which you want in this part. If you want to set high quality, the quality can be improved, but be careful of the fact that the file size can get bigger. If you finish setting quality by here, please press Creative Video on the bottom and store the video on the place which you want.